Hi everyone, this is May Park. Welcome to another card making video. Today I'm going to show you how to make a card using online stamping and watercoloring. I just realized that I'm publishing a watercolor card tutorial 7 times in a row on my YouTube channel. I really hope you're not tired of seeing my watercolor card. I just can't stop playing with my watercolors. For today's card, I'll be using a couple of stamp sets from Winnie and Walter. This is the In Bloom stamp set. It is supposed to be used as layering stamps. However, I'll be using only outline images from the set. By the way, my inspiration came from my watercolor card that I shared with you last week. Instead of stamping the images on the entire card front, I decided to stamp the images along the border of my card front to create a floral frame. This is the watercolor paper pad from Prima. It is my first time using this watercolor paper, so I'm not sure how it would work for my watercoloring. I'm cutting out my watercolor paper to slightly smaller than A2 size using T-Molt's paper trimmer. Then I'm gonna stamp the images on the rough side of my paper. I pull out the stamps from the set and store them in a tray temporarily. I'm using the tray because I don't want to lose any stamps while I'm working on my project. Especially it's perfect when I play with the small size stamps. So I'm using my Misty stamping tool today because I want to stamp several images at once to save my time. This tool also helps me to stamp the images in a perfect placement. However, you could use a regular acrylic block or stamp press if you don't have this tool. I'm inking up my stamps with some VersaFine Onyx Black ink, which is a waterproof ink. Then I'm gonna flip it down and press it over the paper. I'm stamping my images one more time on some post-it notes, and I'll cut them out to create masks. After I had my initial stamping done, I'm gonna stamp other images along the border of my watercolor paper. Here I'm using the masking technique to give some dimension on my stamped images. I use baby wipes to clean my stamps. I don't know about you, but I feel I waste the baby wipes if I throw them away after use. So I decided to reuse them. The baby wipes you are seeing at the right side in my container are that I have used for the last few days, and I just washed them with soap and water before I start filming this video. However, one of my crafty friends recommended me to use reusable cleaning cloths, which is more environment friendly. So I just ordered Observer towel from Amazon and I can't wait to try. Once I'm done with my border stamping, I'll remove the post-it notes. I found I get inky fingers from the stamped images as I use the pigment ink for my stamping. So I'm going to dry inks with my heat tool before moving on to the next process. Now it's time for watercoloring. I'm going to use the Gansai Tambi 36 watercolor set. Then I'll be using the round paintbrush size 8. I used to watercolor with paintbrush size 2 or 4, but I learned a large paintbrush works best for me to get the result that I'm aiming for. I'm wetting my paper first with clean water, and then I'll start bringing some color to my images. I'll be using paper towel here and there to remove the color before adding more color. That way I can create brush strokes when it dries. Now I'm gonna turn on some music and speed up the painting process so you can watch me color. I'm also gonna use my heat tool to let the paint dry before adding more colors to the images. After I'm done watercoloring, I'll be adding some white and black splatters using Perfect Pearl and Kansai Tambi watercolor set. Then I'm gonna dry my watercolor panel with the heat tool. I'll be using the sentiments from the Big, the Bold and Friends stamp set from Winnie and Walter. I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black ink again to stamp my sentiments. This is Nina Solo White 80-pound cardstock. I'm scoring at 5.5 inches and folding in half with a Martha Stewart scoring board and Teflon foam folder. Then I'm using some foam sheet to give dimension on my card. I'm gonna mount my watercolor panel on my A2 sized side folding card using double-sided tape. To finish off my card, I'll be adding some sequins on the card front. As you can see, I store all of my sequins in the original package in a clear container. For today's card, I'm using some sparkling clear sequins from Pretty Pink Posh, which is my favorite embellishment. That finishes off my card. I hope you enjoyed watching my video tutorial and loved my watercolor card. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye bye!